Let's try this again. Okay, I'm just trying to get this to pop up on my laptop so that I can, oh, there we go. All right, cool. I want to be able to follow along. So today we're going to be making waist beads. And hopefully the latency isn't too delayed. It might be a little bit, so I might be a little bit behind. Hey, hey, what's up, Destiny? Okay. Peace, 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 peace. I'm happy you're here and caught the live. Okay, like. All right, so we're making waist beads today. And I already started them, as you can see. Yeah, so one of my favorite Leo cousin, she asked me to make her some waist beads and asked me to Leo them out. So that's what I'm working on here. I selected the Leo stones. The top two, I'm also going to make a video of this. So I don't know if I'll finish this whole thing on camera because I'm making content from it too to make a reel. But I've already recorded a lot of that from my 360 camera. So I guess if I get a little further in the process, I could just record from there as well. But the top two stones that come up for Leo are peridot, which is this beautiful stone. It's a nice neonish, vibrant green. One of my favorite colors of a green stone. I really love this shade of green in this peridot and how it's like translucent. And then what's the other stone that came up for Leo? It's in here, ruby. So these are the rubies that I have. They're raw ruby. I also have some smaller raw ruby, but they're kind of like too small. I almost wanted to save them for something else. But a way that you can know that you're dealing with like raw ruby, it has a hexagonal shape in it. And it has the 6 sides, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then it has like a hexagon in it that you can typically see. I want to see if you can see it. Maybe on this piece, you can see it more clearly. You can see the actual hexagon, which is really cool that it grows like that. Sometimes you can see that like in different things in life, like the honeycomb, I think, is one of them. But let me give a shout out to everybody that's here. What's up, Andre? Thank you for being here. And Za Rumpel S. I can't say that whole thing. But thank you for being here, Za. I like that color. I don't wear any jewelry, but I do like that. Yeah, I love these two together. Also, tourmaline has watermelon tourmaline, which has a nice green and pink that's similar to these. But, so we're making waist beads, and we're making them with copper wire. Typically, people use like a clear kind of threading like this one to make waist beads. And I think a lot of people who specialize in waist beads know how to make them durable and make them last. But I don't like to use this type of material too much. I like to use copper because it's what I'm familiar with. And I know we can make copper very durable. So I want to show you guys up close what I've done so far with these waist beads. We got the tiger's eye bead that we created. And then we created these small links. Now, usually you can see me using these jump rings to connect link to link. But with these jump rings, it makes it a little bit more bulkier. So I wanted the whole of the waist bead to be more daintier. So I made these links in between. Then we have citrine, more tiger's eye. This is peridot, the same as this stone. It's just like smaller and tumbled. And I created a Leo symbol for her. Since she's a Leo, she told me to Leo it out. So I created these Leo symbols, and I found a way to turn it into a bead by putting the peridot inside of that. I know that's pretty neat. You could do so much with it. Actually, just looking at it right now makes me want to create some Leo earrings that look like this. I think that would be cute for the Leos. You know, Leos, they love to be different. And then more tiger's eye, citrine. Here's the raw peridot. Very nice color we have there with the copper. And then we have sunstone. That's a good one for the Leos. And then we have more peridot. So you can already see the pattern that I'm going for. And we're just going to repeat it on the other side. And I'll walk you guys through that. Make sure you put a like on this video and subscribe. I forgot to say that. But please like this video and subscribe and share. From my view, I see 4 likes. So if we can get those likes up, I've seen at least over 20 people present. So if we can get the likes up, that's going to be appreciated. And then we also have, this is the raw ruby. It looks a little bit different. Similar though, just a little bit more raw with that one. But she showed me a picture of some waist beads she had in mind that had these beads connected to bead. And I decided to spice it up with making my own Leo bead. And then these chip stone beads. I like incorporating those when I can. So what makes this waist bead stronger than other designs that I do when I'm using the smaller wire is that this is 18 gauge, 99.9% pure copper wire, and it's half hard, so it's very much so firm. It's a lot firmer than the 20 gauge that I typically work with. This is what the 20 gauge looks like. A lot easier to bend than the half round. It's a little bit more give. You can even see the pressure in my finger that it requires a little bit more pressure to bend it. That 20 gauge is just easy to bend, and it's also not half hard. So we're going to create some beads together. If you guys have questions, you know that you can ask. I'm going to adjust my camera just a little bit so you guys can see. I'm making the beads. My name is Angel if you're new here. And yeah, I'm working on these waist beads for my cousin. I hope to get them done soon. It's thunderstorming outside and I've been resting, so I just decided, let me get back to it so I can finish these up for her before her season arrives. So with these beads, you can get these from like online, chip stones, thread, basically. You can even buy a chip stone bracelet and break it down. But I got these tiger's eye chip stones. I've been using 4 to make the beads. And when you're using them, you want to make sure that the hole is in a good placement and not too close to the side, because that hole can chip and break, which happened while I was creating one of them, so I had to take it apart. If I could show you guys, I will. But you just want to make sure the hole is towards the center of these stone beads so that you have like stronger ones. Like this one, I might not use because the hole is too close to the side, which makes it less durable and likely to break. So I already started this one off. We'll start more off so you can see how to start it off. But we're just gonna thread them. And you have to make sure the ones that you're using can fit the wire. The hole is big enough to fit the wire that you're working with. The 18 gauge is bigger than the 20 gauge, which is one of the reasons I use the 20 gauge, because it's good for these type of stones that have a smaller hole. But the 18 gauge worked So we're doing that. The 18 gauge didn't work with the peridot, which is why I created that's why I had to get creative and figure out how to incorporate it. So I actually put 24 gauge inside of the peridot and connected it to the 16 gauge Leo symbol that I created. Hey, Mary Silva, thanks for being here. Thanks for watching. Are those handmade? Wow, those are some form of art form. Committable. Thank you so much. Yeah, all of these things are handmade. Yeah. And peace to Carlette. Thanks for being here. Thanks for tuning in with us. All right, so we're making our 18 gauge beads. I keep this in view so we can see what's going on. The 18 gauge is a little bit more hard as well. So you can just see how stiff it is, which is really good. You want something firm. To reinforce it more is I like go over the beads with the wire. And it's kind of hard to like handle the 18 gauge because it's so strong. So I actually recommend gripping it if you can with pliers to hold it steady. And then we just seal it off by cutting it like right here. And then we pinch it in. The cool thing about this is that even though it is a firmer wire, it's still pretty easy on the hands. It's not that bad. So we have a bead there, the 18 gauge. Make sure you guys like the stream and subscribe. Most definitely put a like on the stream. Okay, so we're gonna make it symmetrical, and this is the center. So this is the sunstone, the peridot. Next we have citrine, so I'm gonna wrap one of the citrines that I have, and this is a basic bead. This is a basic way that people create beads from copper wire using crystal beads. You turn this into like a copper bead when you put the copper endings on it. So I'm using my round nose pliers to pinch it about 1/3 down, not right here and not down there, but up here, to create a loop. And then I pinch a little bit right here to create like a circle. Once I have that, I can put it, since this wire is so tough, I'll just put it back on here and lift this up and around. You don't want to pinch that too tight right there, because when you pinch the smaller wires too tight at sharp angles like that, you can risk breaking it. But again, this half hard wire is very strong, so it's not so much likely to break from a little pinch, which is why we're using it, because it's so strong. And now we're gonna do the same on the other side. And thank you so much, Destiny. Okay. Now I could just cut it and it'll be done, but I'm actually just gonna go around the bottom. Like down here. I put this back in here to help me grip this bead because the bead is still hard to control with such strong wire being used. If it was 20 gauge wire, it would be a lot easier to grip the whole thing without it moving out of place. And it's a tumbled round stone, so that makes it hard to maneuver as well. Okay. And then one last thing I like to do. This is okay, but I'm kind of perfectionist, so I bend the bead back up outright like that. So that is straight on each side. Personal preference. Now, we want to connect the two. We're connecting the citrine to the peridot. And this step is a little bit more advanced. It's not totally advanced, but I want you to watch carefully to see what I'm doing for this step. We are creating a bead, a connector bead, like you see here. So we're creating the connector bead to connect this peridot to this citrine. And it's going to start off how we started the other ones out, with a simple loop like this. And we're pinching it. Thank you, Andre. And thank you, Destiny. And peace to Unless 22. 1122. Okay, so we're pinching it. And we're gonna, before you seal it off like we did with the other ones, first we would do the circle and then I would put it in here, wrap it off, and be done with that loop. Before you seal it, you have to insert the part that's being connected like that. Now, the reason I didn't do it outright is because I just didn't want to, like, I could have skipped this step. I didn't have to make these connectors. I could have connected this directly to here, but that would have involved me like creating this as I go. And I didn't want to have to do that. I'd rather create the beads on their own and then connect them. But if you want to, like, you know, if you want to just directly connect this bead to this bead, you don't have to do the connector in the middle like I did. But I chose to do that because I just didn't want to have to create one thing and then create this bead as I go, if that makes sense. So I made the loop and I inserted this piece in, and now I'm going to seal it off. So I use my round nose pliers for this part to pinch the base of it, and then my other flat nose pliers to wrap around like this. So now this is locked in. And now we want to lock in the other side. I have so many mosquito bites, you guys. I'm itching. Okay. We're going to create a loop on the other open end. The reason why this is so long, because it's still connected to my reel, which is like now on the ground. The reason why I don't cut it right away is because, like, I'm trying to preserve the wire. So I wait to cut it at the end. But if you want, you can always measure out how much you need from, like, the first coil that you use and, like, keep cutting that same measurement so you don't have to worry about, like, working with this long end. but I do it to preserve the wire since I'm not measuring it out. Okay, so I can eyeball that after I've made this loop, I'll need about like this much to wrap around. So I'm gonna cut it like right here. And then we're gonna wrap it around, but before we do that, we're gonna insert our bead. And it needs to be citrine, not the tiger's eye. So let's find our bead. It fell, because I was like, where did it go? We find our citrine bead. Make sure you guys put a like on the stream. I appreciate it. Yes, you're right on time. Are you working on something like this? Unless 11:22. Okay, so now before I seal off this other end, we're gonna insert this bead like that. And then we're going to seal it now. So we're just gonna pinch this loop. We pinch it because we want to maintain the circle while we're sealing it off. That's why we pinch. We pinch and then we wrap the loose end around. And then I'm gonna seal it by cutting it like this much. I just need just enough to tuck it into the outer part of the loop. Like right there. It's been tucked. Now we're good. And now we're gonna do the same thing again to connect our tiger's eye bead. Here to here. Again, you easily could use a small jump ring, but I want it, instead of using a small jump ring, I wanted something that was a little bit more sealed without like having to solder it. I do have small jump rings. Like I don't have to use one this big, but if I did use one this big that was 12 gauge, it's stronger. So we don't have such a high risk of it stretching or coming loose than we would with if I had 16 gauge hard wire, I would probably use that and make a small loop. But I have this 18 gauge and I'm using the closed loops because I know that they're stronger than the typical jump ring. Okay, so one more time for this one. I had to make this about 29 inches, 30 inches, and she wants me to make it like adjustable to where as she drops pounds that she can hook it onto itself. Oh, I already messed it up. So I wasn't supposed to close it. And since I did, it's okay. I'll just save this to create another bead from it. That's another reason why I don't like to connect link to link directly, because I forget a lot and will seal it off in the process of creating it. And I just feel like that's more work that I don't care for. So tomorrow here in St. Louis, I'm having, also you guys, I'll just keep being repetitive. Please put a like on the video. I wonder like who's watching. I'm like, do I have like a bunch of bots or what? Like, but I've seen consistently like 40 people watching and 13 likes is what I see. So let's get the likes up. It's like you just click, it is done. Easy work. But either way, I still appreciate the viewership and you guys being here. Hopefully you learned something new today. Okay, now we are going to come around on this end like we did before. Pinch. And wrap. And cut. I'm always happy to cut because it's just like, it's not always the best working with the wire still being connected to the reel. It can just make the process a little more stiff, but it's okay. But I promise you, this 18 gauge half hard wire is so strong that it'll definitely hold you up. Like it'll fine. I hope that okay, I'm sorry. My cousin was calling. I need to text him and tell him to text me so that it doesn't interrupt the stream. See, I have the type of do not disturb to where everybody can't get through, but just a few family members be getting through. Okay, pinch. Yeah, I guess I won't be up here for like a very long time because I have I have to go to my aunt's house. So that one isn't the best one. If you guys see me pausing, that's why I'm like, you know. Hold on, you guys. Okay. Sorry. Sorry for the interruption. But if I don't like this beat, I can always come back and redo it later. It's not so bad. These give like a little messy, neat type of style to it. So I'm not too stressed. And in the overall thing, it's not so noticeable. So like I'm a perfectionist, but I'm not like a perfectionist to a fault. Like I can still see the beauty in the whole thing. Okay, so you guys get to see me create this bead. And if you want to know how to create this bead, type a 1 in the chat. I'm going to actually read some of the comments and say hey to a few more people if I missed anybody. Yes, this does need patience. It needs so much patience. Like I was working on this yesterday and today I was just like, man, I don't always work on Saturdays and Sundays, but I was definitely like, let me revisit this piece because my cousin's been asking me for weeks, and so I was like, I got you. And I have other things I need to do, but I'm trying to get the custom work in first. Tamanu and vitamin E oil for healing on the bites along with carrot oil. Thank you. I haven't used the Tamanu oil in so long. I need to get some more of that. I used to work at a health food shop and we used to sell it. I love the scent of it. It's kind of like maple-y scent. And mosquitoes love me, so I need to get that together. Lovely patience time be flying, especially when you get in the zone. Yes. I needed more insight. Very good. I'm glad you're getting the insight. This is really fun to make, so it's cool because you could just get so creative with how you create beads. Like if you don't have a bead, you can create your own bead. You can create whatever you want, really. I like that one orange plier you're using. It looks like a good fine tip. Yes, this orange plier is from Home Depot, and it comes with this flesh cutter, which is my favorite flesh cutter that I own. I'm sure there's so many on the market, probably some really good ones. If you know one, let me know. But I really like this one. It's been very dependable. They used to break on me before I learned how to like preserve them more, which is why I have this one, which has a stronger cut. So I use this for certain cuts, and I use this for certain cuts. I see a lot of ones. So I'm not sure what you mean by parawire. Yeah, pure copper wire, 18 gauge half hard. That's what we're using. I'm about to show you guys how to make this bead, and then I gotta head out. But perhaps I'll come back and get back on another live stream. So put a like on the stream if you are just tuning in. And I just want to make sure I'm saying hey to everybody. Okay, so we're gonna make this Leo one really quick. I already started one up, and this might look familiar. This is how I make my clasps, my necklace clasp, like this. It's like basically the same thing, and it just so happens to look like the Leo symbol. So I'm gonna show you guys how to make this and how to turn it into a bead. I could do a whole video on that, how to make Leo beads, or Leo, the sign, the Leo symbol. I definitely want to, I was looking up the top seller jewelry designers or jewelry companies on Etsy, and there's a company that has like 3 million sales, and I see that they specialize in zodiac stuff. So I really got to get my zodiac rings and zodiac necklaces and things back up. I see that I was sent a gift. Thank you, Julie Keith. I hope I said that right. I appreciate you so much. Thank you for the jewels. Smash the like, lurkers. Yeah. Yeah, 33 more to go. Let's get it. Yes, yes. Oh, when did you start selling those? I have a lot. When did they start selling those? Home Depot. They got them. Okay, let's get this Leo symbol started. You're going to need 16 gauge wire. I have some right here. I'm not going to work with this long piece. I'm going to just cut a piece off for the sake of showing you guys. So we cut some off. In essence, you really only need like, sometimes I use my fingers as measuring tools. You really only need like, depending on how big your fingers are, like from that line of your knuckle to like right here. That's all you about need. Thank you so much for the gifts. I feel like I'm on TikTok. I need to try the TikTok live. So I'm going to try that out. Maybe I'll do TikTok. If you guys have TikTok, I have the same name on TikTok. I might go live on TikTok later today. If I can remember, I'm going to make a note for that. TikTok live. I heard it's cracking over there. But yeah, well, I've never been live on TikTok. I need to give it a go and see how the love is over there. But I appreciate you, Julie, for sending me the jewels. And I'm glad I said your name right. And okay. I don't think Kelly wants me to get on TikTok. So I do like YouTube. YouTube is a very nice organic platform. Okay, what you saw me doing, I was straightening this out because the wire that I get is stranded, so it comes all coiled together. So I just like to straighten it out before I work with it. And this design is pretty simple. If you watch my tutorial on the necklace findings, is the same concept. So we're going to cut the tip off because we're going to work with a flush cut. It's flush now. Before it wasn't flush. Before it was like, and I didn't even need to cut that much off. But I cut that much off because I had like gripping marks all over it. So that's like not flush. That's a pointed style. Like that's a pointed tip right there. We don't want it to have the point. We want it to be flush, which is basically like flat. Once we have that flush cut, we're going to take our round nose pliers like this and create a loop. For my necklace findings, I create the loop all the way at the base of the pliers, but for this design, I make it like the loop like this big. You see me creating this loop with my thumb. The thumb is doing a lot of the work. This hand is doing the squeezing. The thumb is pushing it in like that. Okay. Once we have that initial loop, the Leo symbol, it like shows itself in this direction rather than that one, but it doesn't matter because I'm gonna make it symmetrical. So this one is going this way, but on the other side, I'll have it like going this way, which is like the same basically. But anyhow, now we're gonna take our round nose pliers again. It looks like I bent it like right about here. I really eyeballed it though. And we're not moving this around. It's staying. We're just moving our fingers to create a loop around it like that. You see? And then down here is where I'll create another loop. Just underneath this loop, I will create another little flip, like a little curl flip right there. And you can see that I did that in this design as well. So it was slightly underneath this loop. Not all the way down, because I just looked at the Leo symbol online. And, you know, you could be creative with how you create it, but it's not like all the way down. It's like just like right there. Like at this angle like this. So you can either pinch it and move this hand while holding this in place, or you can move this and make it go around your plier, whatever is comfortable for you. And if you find that you did the loop in a place you didn't want it, you can always adjust and fix the loop. I'm gonna move this side up though, and this hand is staying stationary. Okay, and now I'm gonna just wrap this wire around to give me that curve that I want. And you can see this can create many things. This can create the snake pattern in a ring and much more. I'm gonna cut it though. Like, we can cut it right here and then we can adjust. We can cut more. Just want to make sure. This loop is a little too small. So I'm making it bigger by pushing it down to the base of my plier. And another way that I kind of maneuver it is like using my flat nose pliers. Okay, let's see if it looks pretty symmetrical. Yeah, it's pretty good. So now I'm just gonna cut that little tip off a little bit more. Probably bring it in a little bit more, like this. And just a little bit more. So the next thing I'm gonna do I really need to sand that down, but honestly, I'd rather use my Dremel to do that. Oh, you gotta grip it tight or it can fall. I'm gonna zoom back out. I dropped it. So once you create it, and this can be any shape you want. Oop. Okay. Once you create it, the type of bead that you want to create, this could be any symbol or anything, whatever. We just don't want it to scratch because this will be on her waist. I have a smaller file. They were kind of hiding a little bit, but this file is smaller and it can get the angle that I want. So I would like just get the inner part to file down. But essentially, if you have a Dremel, that Dremel is gonna be able to handle all your angles. Not hangle, but we could say hangle since we all know what hangle means now. So it's pretty good now. Now we can attach our peridot crystal beads. This could be made bigger or smaller, but this could easily be a necklace, guys. And I definitely want to I have made earrings like this in a bigger style. And in the loop, I put a citrine stone. I made some for my friend who is actually a Scorpio. So these peridot beads, the hole in them is so small. And I used 3 of them. So I'm going to use I like these 3 right here because they're on the bigger side. Okay. So the hole is so small that we're going to work with the 24 gauge because we know that is still got some strength to it, but it can fit in these holes. This one might be a little bit too close to the side, the hole. And we don't want the hole to be too close to the side because we don't want it to break. So I'm going to get one more of the beads. I was hoping that it rained thunderstorm more so that they wouldn't be outside popping fireworks all night. But it looks like they're unstoppable. Okay, the next step is to find the place we want to attach the bead in. So make sure you put a like on the stream, you guys. And hey, Hashma, peace to you. Thanks for being here. Okay, so I put the beads, the crystals, right on top of the Leo symbol, and I'm holding it in place with my thumb. I'm gonna feed the wire through a little bit more so that I have more free side to work with because we're about to start attaching it in different angles. It looks like the thunder is coming through. Okay. So the main objective is to attach this to the Leo symbol to where it's not moving around anymore. So we're gonna go around this part, the arm, 1 layer, 2 layers, and then down here, we're gonna cut this side, like down here. And we're gonna feed it through this loop. Like that. Wrapping it around both sides so that the bead doesn't come open. We need it to attach this side to this so that it didn't open at any point. Because you never know, like, if people's waist beads get caught in something, you don't want the bead to come undone. I'm wrapping it around this side. Now on the other bead, I did it twice. So I guess I'll do that again there. Sorry for the loudness. I need to get some like gamer streamer headphones to where it blocks out the sound in the back. But if I turn my music up, maybe that'll help. Okay, so I'm gonna bring this through like right here. Yeah, those are fireworks now. Peace, Destiny. Thanks for coming. I'll see you soon. Okay. So we're wrapping it around. Now, let's just wrapping it around as you want to secure the beads and add to the design. Because the bead's pretty much done now. So I don't want any loose strands on these beads. So one thing that I make sure that I do is like I connect this loose wire to these strands in the back. Yeah, they're like, thank you so much, Unless 1122. They're like right outside of my window with the fireworks. So it's probably you guys get to hear them firsthand. I'm just wrapping this around like twice or so. And then we'll cut it right there. And then for this, we're going to do the same. These beads won't have like too much contact, with being like, I don't think they'll be like in too much rough contact. This will be the roughest part of it if it ever were to get caught, but I think she'll be okay. I would also I'm sure I would let her know to let me know if she ever had like an issue with it. I can modify it, kind of pinch it in more or so. I wrapped it around the one in the back though, so that it can like be hooked on to itself and not come loose. Because when you wrap this smaller wire around thicker wire, like if it's like rubbed against someone's skin, it can easily become like unravel itself. So I'm gonna do that again with this one, and then we'll be done with the bead. And I'll connect it to the waist beads. It's kind of like, I've never been fishing. Well, I went fishing once and like at school in camp, but I imagine you have to feed things in to like fisher hooks and stuff like that. I wanted to go fishing so bad one year, and everyone was telling me they would take me, and they didn't take me. So I gave up on my fishing career. But I did go spearfishing in Belize, and we had our fish that we caught cooked at a restaurant on the island that we were on. We're going to tuck that in. And now this bead is good. And now, thank you for the likes, you guys. I appreciate it. So, ideally, this side sticks up. I know it keeps flipping over. Ideally, this side flips up. And to match it, we're gonna have this side. Oh, you know what? So I kind of wrapped it around the wrong side because I wanted it to look like this. But I can still do it the same way. What do you guys think? I can make it go the same way, or I can make it go down. But I really wanted it to look like this. I think it's cool if it goes the same way. Thank you so much. Use your imagination. I appreciate you. I'm reading the comments. Always keep a side hustle. So yeah, I think I'll do it the same way. Because it still looks cute. Peridot, citrine, tiger's eye, peridot, citrine, tiger's eye, peridot. So yeah, this part, I'll create one last little bead. And we'll pause it. And I'm gonna wrap this one. I was going back and forth in my head how I was gonna wrap this ruby, but I was like decided to wrap it like this so she could have some bigger links on the chain, but it would go right there. And essentially it'd be like just as big as this one, to where we have like 3 big ones on there with the, yeah, I think that would look nice, the rubies. And instead of making the small one, I'll wrap this one with you guys really quick so you can see how to get a wrap like that. And then I really need to go. Thank you, Use Your Imagination, for the jewels. You are appreciated. I don't know like how I should do a giveaway, but I will be doing a giveaway for Etsy gift card. And I'm not sure like how to do it, but I don't know if it should be some kind of involvement or what. Or maybe it'll be like a maybe I'll open the panel up and something like, I don't know, we'll see. But I need to do that soon. So I cut this 12 gauge wire and I already started wrapping it. But I'm wrapping it with my thumbs. I just like to create curves using my thumbs. And I'm creating this curve to fit this in the inside. This raw ruby. This raw ruby is very firm and hard, so it's not like gonna break. Some stones will break when you're using copper against them, but this one is pretty firm, so it's good. So I'm just allowing the stone to be in the center, and we're wrapping the copper around the stone. This is what you can do as well when you're making like rings, because this could easily be a ring too. We're inching in the top layer so that the stone doesn't fall out from the top. And then on the back, we'll just do something like this. Now it won't fall out in the back either. So now I'm gonna come around. Keep in mind how I'm gripping everything. Always want to be holding the stone firm and making the arm of the wire, make it do what you need it to do. It's gonna want to move out of place, but I'm gonna control it as much as I can. Okay, so I just did a few loops around to create this like layered look that leads to the bail of it. And I'll use these to hold this in place right here and push this back like this. Once we push that back, I'm getting my round nose pliers and making the bail just at the base of my round nose pliers. I'm pinching and pulling it in towards itself. I use 12 gauge a lot. It is a lot of stress actually. But I do use 12 gauge for the strength that it has. For certain designs. I use a lot of 20 gauge as well. And Alina, I started making coverage by myself a few weeks ago. You really inspired me. Thank you so much. I'm glad you're here, finding inspiration. And most of all, I'm glad you are creating, because that is one of the coolest things we can do in this life, is to create something. So I'm happy to hear that. And to some extent, these skills and abilities are in us. We just have to unravel them. This TL, Tia L, this is actually my iPhone camera. This isn't the 360 camera. This is just my iPhone. I'm using it on the vertical stream view. Okay, so that's how we did that. This type of like bell on bell type of design can be used for like all type of things, bracelets. It could be a necklace where you have one pendant connecting to another pendant that dangles from the necklace. Like, it can create a bigger type of bracelet. The last thing I need to do is like cut. I just gotta prune it, the sharp angles. And I like to use these because they make the cut a little bit smoother and easier on the hands. And thank you so much. Hold on. Work is amazing. When will you update on that bracelet? I want to make more of them now. Are you talking about the bracelet that looks like the one I made in gold? Like this one? Because two of my friends, they're already like holding me hostage on creating them one. They're like, they were the first to see it like in person before I made the video at their spot, and they were just like, make us one. And the crazy part is I made it from this sapphire sterling silver bracelet that I deconstructed, and I only have 7 of them left. And I went to the store that I bought the bracelet from, and they were all sold out. So like, I don't even know if I'll be able to find that exact same size of the sapphire in silver, but I am keeping my eye out on the lookout for it. So as you can see with this, I made it tighter with 20 gauge wire, which I will do for this because without it, the stone moves around a little bit and we don't want it to ever fall out. So I'll do that later. I did it with this sunstone as well. Made it tighter so that the stone doesn't move around. Let me know what you guys think about this so far. How is it? You can rate it on a scale from 1 to 10 if you want, or just share what you think about it so far. I might remake this bead to flip this way, or I might keep it this way. But either way, I'll probably be turning these into Leo earrings and release them so the Leos can be happy. Let me know what you think about these waist beads though. And Ace Creations in the house. What's up? What's up? What's up? Thank you, Kelly, for telling everybody to smash the like button. That is a reminder that we all need. I see that we're at 29. I would love to be at 30 and beyond. Did someone mention that you can work harden the metal so you don't kill your hand? Do you mean like put the fire on it to anneal it to make it softer? I guess like the thing is like making it hard again after the design. I like how hard it is because I feel like it creates for a sturdier piece of jewelry. But yeah, I do need to protect my hands because you can see I have this kinesiology tape on. I think that's what they call it. And Tia L, I gotta see about that bracelet. I want to make some more. I will be making more out of opal. I'll show you guys that. I don't know which drawer that I have the opal in right now. So, but I showed you guys the opal before. I want to deconstruct and make some bracelets out of that one as well. But I'll try to find it real quick. This is like where I keep a lot of stuff at, you guys. A lot of crystals, inventory, and whatnot. And those opals they're in here. Oh, here they are. Okay. My brother has requested that I make him a silver cross as well, and he wants opal to go in it, but this is what I use to make the sapphire bracelet, and I only have 7 of them left. So I really can only make one full one unless I can find another. And then that's why I was gonna make it a 1 of 1, but everybody's like, you have to get it. What's up, Big Rick? How are you? So I was gonna deconstruct these as well and make a bracelet too with the coils in it and stuff. So if you're open to that too, I'll have this coming. And these are real opals. These are like real high grade opals. You can see the fire in them. And the water, you know, opal holds water. I can see why this is like a good stone for October for Scorpio energy too. Because Scorpios fix water. And this is literally fixed water. It's water fixated inside of a stone. Okay. I'm so happy I found you. Literally just search for how to wrap my own gems. I was looking for a black artist. So happy to see your hands. What's up, Nia? Thank you for being here. Make sure you put a like and subscribe and turn the notifications on so you can always be informed about my videos. I'm going to flip this over to my face so I can introduce myself to the people that are new. And I just heard something. I don't know what I heard, but I hope they don't pop no firecrackers on my window. That's gonna be crazy. All right, let me read your comments. I can show you guys how to make these earrings too. I just made these earrings. Okay, let's go down. Carlette, where do you get your plier from? This one is from realgrand.com. It's like a heavy duty plier, and it helps you to cut really thick wire with ease, like butter. And then the cutters from Home Depot. The Home Depot set comes with these two. The needle nose and the flesh cutter. Thank you, Carlette. Thank you for that rating. I appreciate the rating. And thank you, Tia, for the 10. 10s across the board. Thank you, A's Creation, for saying it's a great design. And thank you, Unless 1122. Yes, Andre, I gotta get the associate links. I've been slacking on those Amazon associate links. Okay, I'll check out Parawire Kelly. That's a good advice. I'm writing that down. I do buy my wire in bulk though, so if they have bulk comparable pricing, or like if I heat it and make it softer, working it does harden it though, so that makes sense. Yeah, I know I'm late on these comments, but yeah, I had to organize because it used to be chaos, so I had to get some organization going. And thank you for subscribing and liking, Nia. I hope I'm saying it right. Niauna Bridged. Thank you, Carla. Okay, so yeah, I'll show you guys what I got going on behind me. Yeah, you're getting a free 4th of July show. Peace. Me Vaser. Numinous. That's a cool name. Woo! Thank you, Andre, for the super chat. Greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much. Okay, I need to look into Parawire. I wrote it down, you guys, so I really will look into it. I am about to... Oh, wow, you guys, look. You see, this stone fell out. And that's why I have to use the 20 gauge, which I'm going to put it back in there. But the 20 gauge is what's going to keep it in place for real. Because that would... You don't want someone to pay, like, good money and then the crystal falls out. So... I put it back in. But I will be reinforcing it with the 20 gauge. And since you asked for it, it's not easy staying organized, but I try. So I have like these copper things going on. This could use a little straightening up. But this is like the wall of crystals. When I make my chakra stuff, I put the purple, the blue, the green, the yellow, the orange, the red. I have some red up here too that are more red. But yeah, these are my earring backs. And then there's just like all the charms that I use. I got these containers. They're like, it lifts up. So this is one, that's one, that's one. I brought them separately from Menards hardware store. And then I have like, I use these when I do pop-up shops to display my lock jewelry. I bought this to be a travel case, but it has become a organizing thing as well. So I was not always this organized. I mean, I was organized in some ways, but things were a lot more scattered. Lots of stones and things and wires, and this is from a pop-up. I still haven't even put any of this stuff online, so I'll let you guys know right now. I'm gonna start uploading stuff to my website, like jewelry pieces, and then on YouTube I want to start doing like live auctions where if you're watching the YouTube video, you get like, maybe we'll do like 20% off, and if you want it, you can buy it right then and there. And yeah, cool stuff. Yeah, I was thinking about doing that because it'll be a good way to move the inventory, but also have more interactive live streams. So I built these shelves too with the cinder blocks. But that's that. My desk needs a little help right now. It's not that bad though. It's mostly just stuff that I'm taking out for the waist beads. So this was a great live stream. I gotta get going. Okay, Carlette and Kelly, are you guys friends? And what rabbit hole are we going down? Persian 3 and 1. I'm gonna have to get you guys on the live stream so you can take me down a rabbit hole. Somewhere you can buy stones, A's Creations, Etsy. Etsy is a great place to buy stones. And thank you for the amazing work. If you use a tumbler, it will work to harden and also shine up the comb. I do use a tumbler, so I guess I'll have to, I'm gonna check out Parawire first and see what they have popping and the pricing. But yeah, I do use a tumbler. I wouldn't use a tumbler for this, but I do for my pendants. But usually with my pendants, I'm using like wire that is not even hard on the hands, like square wire, 19 gauge and whatnot. Like I use my tumbler to polish this. I'm still waiting on this customer to collect their piece, but this wire is so easy to like work that it's already dead soft. Yeah, but for my rings, like these, I do use the 12 gauge wire. That's like harder. And thank you, Artista Blues. Thank you, cool name. Lester, you are late to class. But it's all good. Peace to you, Lester. Right, stream's almost over. But I appreciate you guys. We made it to 32 likes. I consider that numbers. We did numbers today. And I'm so thankful. Shout out to everybody that's doing this. Like, I'm really happy about the growth that I've been seeing on YouTube, and it is encouraging for me to continue it. So I'm always thinking of ways to include you guys in my process behind the scenes, because I do a lot of work, and the YouTube can kind of slow down my movements in some ways, but I'm always finding a way to try to incorporate it into my workflow. I am gonna do a live stream with the Insta360, but it's not allowed, like it doesn't let you have a 360 view, and I don't even know if it lets you zoom in and out. So I don't know how effective, like I don't know if I should use the 360. Maybe if I want a dual stream, like if I want to go live from my phone on a different place and then use that and move it manually closer to me and whatnot. But yeah, I'm out, guys. I'm gonna go visit my family. I appreciate you being here. I appreciate you guys watching. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for subscribing. Leave a comment on the actual video when this is saved, if you will. You can rewatch the stream. But if you want, leave a comment. Let me know what you want to see me do. What are you trying to grow in? Maybe if you're struggling in a certain area, let me know. And I'll make some videos tailored to it. And sometimes I forget. So, like, I still have to revisit my notes from a previous stream, like, of some of the notes Andre left me on what to remember from that stream. So, just keep it in rotation, what you want to see me working on. That way I can get to your request and help everybody out with what they want to learn. The music that's being played is sponsored by Monkh. He is an artist from St. Louis. I think he might be living in Oregon, but his information is in the bio. He's an amazing artist, musician. It's all original. Do you hear it? He plays the guitar, I think maybe the bass, I don't know. He plays all types of instruments, including his voice. Very talented guy. Make sure you check Monkh out and show him some love. And much love to you again, Andre, for the donation. And thank you everybody who sent me some jewels. And the music was very low today because it's like playing off my laptop instead of through the stream, because I'm not streaming through OBS, my software. I'm just streaming from my phone. So, yes, I'll be checking the comments. Have a lovely evening and weekend, Kelly. And peace, everybody. Thank you for all your contribution. And thank you for watching. Peace.